Hello, this is Pat from Pat's Card Corner. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And if you've joined me tonight, we are going to open up this paper pumpkin box, see what's inside, and this is a hint, it's going to make these really cute treats. So, I am hopefully getting on here just a second. If you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription kit that is put out by Stampin' Up! And inside, each box is a surprise every month, but inside are supplies to make some kind of craft, either cards, anywhere from 8 to 10 to 12 cards, or it could be treat holders, it could be a small home decor project, but you never know what's going to be in it, except for you do know that everything that is in it has everything you need to make whatever's there. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and if you're watching tonight, I hope that you'll say hi and comment. But we're going to get started. So every kit comes with its own stamping spot, so you get ink with your kit. The very first kit you receive also comes with a stamping block so that you have a place to stamp with your stamps. This kit also, this is a Halloween themed kit. This is the September kit. It's actually a special kit because it has a special box. Normally the boxes are orange, but this one, as you can see, it's a different color. So you get a stamp set. Every month the stamp set is different, and it goes with the theme. This month's themes are treat holders, and they look like this. And you can see, I just made one, but these are double-sided, so you can make one that is orange striped, or you can make these. This kit comes with 20 of these treat holders, so you can make 20. It's great for giving to your friends, your co-workers, handing out for trick-or-treat, all kinds of things. So, but you actually get 20 of these. I'm actually going to show you some alternative projects that you can make with this too, because even though these are treat holders, you can make cards with these as well. And I also have a special different kind of a treat holder to show you too. So excuse me. This kit also, they give you 2 different colors of twine, white and black, and that's because you have to tie it around there. You also get a strip. These are double-sided adhesive strips. That's how you're going to put together your boxes. You also get a set of dimensionals, so you can easily put the little cutout designs on there that come in the box. And this box has tons and tons of cutout designs. I've already punched them all out, but you can see how many you got on the sheets. There was one of these. There are 4 of these sheets, and I'm going to show you in a minute what came off of all these. Got 2 of these. These, I'm thinking you can guess what came out of these. These were hats. You also got 2 of these. These had some tags and some swirls. These had black cats and flowers. These all had leaves on them, and it's not just one sheet. There are 4 of these sheets. So you can see you have plenty of supplies, way more than you need to make the 20 treat holders. You also got, actually I think you got 5 of those. There's more. You got more leaves, some little swirly things, some tags, and more tags. And I'm going to show you well, I'm going to wait just a second. But the most important part that is in this box, we're going to use some of those, are the directions. It also comes with directions. You can see on here, I'm going to hold it up just a little bit. Hopefully I got it in the right spot. There are 20 different ones on here. Every single one of them is different. They're all decorated differently. They're all stamped with sentiments. Some of the sentiments are the same, but they're all the other designs on them are different. And inside you can see they have directions on how to put it together, some simple directions on how to stamp, how to tie them, other things that you need to know to get everything put together. So I'm just going to move the box out of the way, and we're going to talk about this piece in a minute. So I am going to show you all these things that were cut out of here. I'm going to show you what they look like. And I actually put them in little plastic bins, so you can, I'm not even sure you can see them all. Maybe if I put them this way, you can see all that. You can see how many things you've got. Even though there's only 20 different treat holders in there, just for example, like these little nice little lacy things, you got 10 of each color, so there's 30 right there. You got hats, cats, whole bunch of pumpkins. These are double pumpkins. This is a single one. All kinds of leaves, flowers. These are white and black flowers. And this little section here is all, I'm not sure if you can see, are all different tags and things to stamp your sentiments on. So lots and lots of supplies. So the September kit, which actually gives you things for October, for Halloween, is always a really popular kit. It's usually some kind of treat holder or something Halloween-y. This kit is kind of nice because you can make fall looking things, like this one is more fall looking, or like one of the other ones that we're going to do, you can make it more Halloween looking with cats and hats and things like that. So you can either make fall themed ones, which these would be great on a Thanksgiving table, or you can make some treat holders. So we're going to get started, and we're going to make one of these, and I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is. So since I did this one on this side, the one I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to use the other side. So each of these pieces, actually I'm going to show you one of the other ones. It actually looks like this when you get it. There are these little diamond things they easily just punch out. We're actually going to save these because I'm going to use those for something else. So don't throw them away. You can do all kinds of stuff with the extra pieces. I'm just going to punch those out real quick. And this is what you're left with, is this. And we're going to, each of these is, they're pre-scored already. I'm not sure if you can see, maybe you see better on this side. You can see that they're scored for where you have to fold them and where they're going to fold, and they're just super easy to put together. So I am going to get my little bone folder and just kind of give all the folds a really good crease. Let's flip this around this side. This side. It also folds up this way, this way, and a bit there, a little bit there. There we go. So these are actually 5-sided. They're not 4-sided. They're actually 5-sided. So when you fold them together, you're just going to, oops, I'm going to go the other, I forgot I was going the other way. Let me go the other way. All you have to do is you're just going to fold them over, and then you're going to use the double-sided tape right here to connect them. So that's what I'm going to do. I have little, these are just little strips that they came with. And pull it off here. Oops, I got 2. Wait a minute. You just need 1. So you actually want to put it close to the fold line here. Hold on. Nope. Take that back. We're going to put it right on the edge here because we do want it to. So you want it right on the edge, right there. And it is double-sided, so I'm just going to peel it off. There we go. And Oh wait, I did do it backwards. Hold on. Peel that off. I forgot I was folding it the other way. Yeah. Let's do it. Take another one here. Let me make sure I get it right this time. Yep. Okay. I was right the first time. I should have trusted my instinct there. You're going to put it right next to where the little fold line is there. You can see it's a little bumpy. And we're just going to take that off, fold this around, and we're just going to match it up right on the seam line, just like that. And there you go. There's your box. And these just will fold in. I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue right here so that it'll keep it together once we fold all the stuff in. I am going to put a little bit of glue right there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side just to hold it in. Doesn't take very much, it's just enough to just kind of hold it together there. Okay. I got glue on my hand there. Move that. Okay, and then these are going to fold in. And you're probably wondering, well, what can I put in these? Well, obviously you can put candy in these. And you can pick your favorite candy bar. Obviously, you're going to need small candy, but I will tell you that Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, as I find them, how many do you think will fit in there? I can tell you that you can fit not 4, but 5 if I had a 5th one. I do. Inside. And all you have to do is just kind of put it in, and then you're just going to push it down. So if you want to make these with candy inside, these fit perfectly inside this. Or maybe it's 4. I was thinking 5, but hold on. Nope, it fits 4. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to eat that one. All right. So once you put your have filled it up with candy, then you want to tie it closed. And they give you 2 different colors. I'm going to actually put black on this one. So in the directions, they tell you how many inches to cut so that you have enough for each one. And I think the directions said, where'd my directions go? It's like 12 inches. So I'm just going to measure, get my scissors. And this is where the magic happens. I did find that when you're tying this, instead of just wrapping it around once, like you're tying your shoe, if you wrap it around twice, it gives a little more hold. You're just going to wrap it and pull. You do want to make sure that I'm going to move this actually. This is my seam. I don't really want the bow of my thing right on the seam, so I'm just going to turn this just a little bit and put it over there. There we go. Oh dear, that wasn't good. I just yanked on it too far. Evidently, I don't know my own strength. Hold on. All right, I have never had that happen before, but we just get another piece of string. This time I'm going to watch where my seam is. I think when I pulled it, seam's on the bottom. I just yanked it too hard. I don't know my own strength. go. Just going to tie it in a bow. And there we go. And I got my tails a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim a little bit. And then we're going to tie the other side closed too. So don't do what I did and show everybody how strong you are on Facebook Live. So I did double wrap that so that it'll stay tight when I'm trying to tie the bow and won't come undone. So there we go. And now it's time to decorate that. So doesn't that look cute? So these are poppers, so when you give them to somebody, they can either like pull the ends off and undo it, or they can be very nice and neat and just untie their little bow. I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller. Cut those ends off. There we go. And let's see what we want to decorate this one with. I think we're going to... Got lots of things to choose from. I think we might put a little cat on here. What do you think? He would look cute. A cat with a little pumpkin on there. I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just going to put him on some dimensionals. Get one more. Make sure he stays on there. So this one's going to be more of a Halloween one. Let's see. I want to make sure I have room for my thing. There's some little pumpkins. Now the stamp set, these are the pumpkins. The stamp set does come with some little faces. I don't know if you can see this. This is really tiny. There's a face for the bigger pumpkin and a face for the small one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on a block, and we're going to stamp a face on our pumpkin. Because what fun is a pumpkin if it doesn't have a face? Of course you need ink. So I could, we're going to do it in this. This is the ink spot that came with it. So I'm just going to open it up. As I can get it open. It has like a little dotted line on here, so like take my scissors and kind of cut it. There we go. It just flips open just like that. Just kind of stamp it on there, and let's put a face on him. There we go. And I think we'll put the pumpkin down at the bottom. Just close that back up so I don't put my hand in it. Put a little pumpkin down here. And let's put a little sentiment on there. And there are lots of tags, but I think maybe, let's see which one I want to use. You have a couple different choices. It's like one that's got like a scalloped, one that it's like angled on the ends, and then there's some smaller, those are white, and then there's also some that are like a pale orange color. You can see I used that on this one, and a skinnier one. I think I'm going to use this one. Yeah, we're going to do that one, the big one. And there are several different sayings. There's a have a happy Halloween, give thanks, hello pumpkin, and one that says trick or treat, spooky or sweet. So I think I'm gonna pick the trick or treat one. Just might need to use one of the other tags though. Yep, we're gonna use one of the other ones. That one's not quite long enough. So I'm gonna put this on a block. the easiest way to line up your stamps if you want to get them straight is on the edge of a piece of paper. This paper has grid marks on it. So you just line the words up so they're straight on a line, and then you just pick up your stamp. There you go. And we're just going to ink this up. These little stamping spots are great because they're easy to carry around, they're easy to store, they don't take up a lot of room. And every paper pumpkin kit comes with a different color. So during the course of a year, by the end of the year, if you had subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, you would have 12 different colors of ink for your stamping. And you would also have 12 different stamp sets because every kit has a different stamp set depending on what the theme of the month is. So this one is Halloween. The next one that's coming up is a Christmas themed stamp set. Actually, the next two will be Christmas themed. So if you're looking for some fun Christmas things, I'm just going to put this on here a little bit crooked. Actually, I need to move my thing over just a tad. So, done. It was kind of going off the edge there. There we go. Just going to put it on just like that. And maybe we're going to add, I got a lot of leaves, so I think I'm going to add a couple leaves on here too. Throw that back in there. Let's see, maybe some little orange flowers. Put a little bit of glue on the back of there. So there are lots of possibilities of how you can decorate your boxes. There's all kinds of little leaves, so you can make yours. I'll put a little leaf down there. There we go. Gave it just a little more color. So you can see how different they look. So this one is obviously more Halloween. This one is a little more fall looking. So there you go. That is how easy these are to put together. And you can just play around with all of the extra things that they gave you. But if you don't want to make all of yours, if you don't want 20 little poppers with candy in them or other things, you can also put small things, smaller different kinds of candy. You can put in like little hand sanitizers. Some of these are tall enough for the real skinny little hand sanitizers. You could probably even put in some glue for a crafty friend. You can put lipstick, chapstick, you can put jewelry inside. Just anything small that'll fit in there. So, and these are really very sturdy. They're nice and thick. Cardstock weight, so it's not like flimsy paper. They're really very nice. So I am going to show you how to make a couple different things. So I'm going to show you, we made this. Whoops, my bow came untied. While I tie that back up, I took one of these other sheets, and out of one of these, the sheets with this poppers on it, there we go. So out of one of these, I can see I've already punched out the things of this, but I'm going to take another one. I made a smaller treat holder. I made a card using all the little pieces that you punched out. These are the cards that you punched out. And I made small little cards. So I'm going to show you how to make all these extra things out of one piece of this. So you can still have plenty to make the other things, but these are just a little bit smaller, kind of a treat holder, and it's really very easy. I'm actually just going to punch these out just like I did before. This was, I will tell you that this is not my idea. I saw another demonstrator do this, and I thought, well, that's a great idea. So I'm not sure how she thought it up, but it was great. So these, punched out those. The score lines are the same on the thing, but we're just going to do a little cutting. So to make it so that we can fold out the bottom of the box, we're going to cut right in the middle of this row right here. So we're just going to go right down the middle. And there is a little score line here, so there's something for you to follow, so you don't have to figure out, well, I don't know where the middle is. Well, there's a fold line right there, so you're just going to cut right on that score line. Super simple. There you go. So we're going to set this piece aside. I'm going to move that out of the way. Move those. And we only need, because this one is 4-sided, it's only got 4 sides, whereas the other ones had 5. We're going to cut one side of this off. So we're just going to go right up the score line. So there's no guessing about if you're going to get your line straight. So we're going to cut one of those off, and we're going to set this piece aside because we're going to use that later. And we're left with this. So what we do want to do, because this is the bottom where the bottom flaps are, we have an extra flap. So we actually are just going to cut one of them off on the end, just like that. So this is what your piece will look like. You'll have 5 here, and then you have 4 flaps. And now we're just going to fold these up and take our bone folder and just give it a good crease. And then we're going to do the same with, we're going to fold it this way. Just do the same on every fold line. Remember, these are already pre-scored and everything for you, so you don't have to do any of that. This one is going to be 4, so we're going to fold it over, and it's going to be folded up just like this. Okay, so we're going to put, I'm going to do this one the opposite that I did that one too, just so I have the different ones. Okay, so let me fold it back the other way real quick. So this one is actually going to look like this because we're doing it backwards from our other one. So we want to put a piece of the double-sided tape right along this little bumpy ridge right there. And there we go. Carefully put that on. Okay. Hey, Margaret. So, one of my friends is on. She was asking what we put inside. 4 peanut butter cups will fit inside. See these little peanut butter cups? These are, you know, like the little bite-sized ones. You can fit 4 in one of these. So, I'm going to fold this over. This one is not quite as big, so those will not fit inside. The peanut butter cups won't fit inside, but I will show you what will fit inside in just a second. Let me get this on here straight. There we go. Okay, then all you need to do is you're just going to fold in the ends, and we're just going to put a little bit of, I'm going to put a little bit of glue just on the end of each one, just to kind of, you can see I put a little bit of glue there. And let's see where the back, this is the back. So we're going to fold that one in. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that one, just right in the middle. Since they only overlap more towards the middle, you don't want to put glue on the entire piece because then you'd have a big mess and lots of glue. So you just want to put it like right on the end of each of the flaps, kind of like that. And this is the last one. I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to hold it there just for a second. I'm actually going to, I'm kind of putting some pressure on it from down, and then I'm going to stick my bone folder inside. Let's do it this end, just to kind of press it down a little bit and make sure it sticks. There we go. Okay, and just like the other one, I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the end, just to kind of keep those, keep the top end together. You could take another little piece of the tear and tape and cut it and put it on there, but the glue works just fine, so I don't need to do that. So you want to know what goes inside of one of these. Something that would be fun to put inside one of these, you could, if you put chapstick would fit inside this. A small thing of lipstick would fit inside this. And also, if you want to put candy, a little Twix little mini thing will actually fit right inside there too. So that's what's inside this one. So I'm making mine all candy because, you know, it's a treat, so it should have candy in it, right? Okay, so let's put a little bit, we're going to put some white on this one just to make it a little bit different. And this is the same as the other one. You're just going to tie it around the same. My seam is here, so I kind of want that to be the back, so I'm going to flip it over so that's laying down and put this on the front. I am going to wrap it twice, because if you wrap it twice, then your little knot won't come undone. You're just going to pull, don't pull too hard because you'll break the string like I did before. And tie a little bow, and there you go. Actually, that's kind of a big bow, isn't it? We're going to make it smaller. There you go. And now all you have to do is decorate the front. So we're just going to do something similar to that. Remember, I have tons of pieces, so let's see what we want to put on there. I think we're going to try one of these. Give it a little background, kind of like that. And just going to put a little glue on the back. Has a lot of holes on it, but just going to kind of dot some on. I am going to put things on top of it, so that'll help hold it down. So we should be fine. My friend Margaret says, who doesn't like candy? I love candy. That's a problem though, because I love it too much. That's why you get the little small sizes. You can have just one piece without having too much. And drop my things here. All right, let's put a couple pumpkins on there. Where did my pumpkins go? There they are. I'm going to stamp a couple more faces on there too. Let's get my faces out. Get my little ink spot. Whoop. And let's put a face on the other one. There we go. And we're going to put couple of them on here, maybe kind of like that, maybe more like that. We don't want to hide the face, so I am going to put these on dimensionals. Put this one on, repeat one, put right on the back. Whoop. I think this one looks a little bit bigger. I don't know if it is or not. Yep. So we're going to put him on the bottom. I'll put him on the right above him. There we go. And let's pick some leaves. This one looks good. We're just going to tuck a few leaves behind him. I just put a little bit of glue on there. Just going to tuck those in. Maybe a green one. They give you so many options, it's kind of hard to figure out which ones you want to pick to use. we go. There's some, let's see, got some yellow flowers. You might kind of blend in with the background. Let's try, I don't know, brown flower? That would be kind of like the flowers that I grow. I kill them all. Mine would be brown. There we go. And let's see, maybe another green leaf. Is there a leaf on there? Oops, I got two. There we go. And I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. You could put a sentiment on it, but I will probably maybe put one on the back, so like a to or from, something on there. So there you go. So these are really obviously skinny candy bars, or something fun like lipstick or chapstick or something like that. So these are the small ones, and then you can see how much bigger the other ones are. Those are the bigger ones, because this is just like a portion of the piece. All right, so now let's make some cards. So first we're going to make this big card. Remember all these little nice little triangle things right here? Well, they can make a flower. So that's what we're going to do with this one. We're going to make a flower. I'll move those out of the way. So I have a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock, which is the color in here. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just gonna make that into a card there. And what do I do with my bone folder? It's here somewhere. There it is. Just gonna give it a good crease. Then I have a piece of crumb cake cardstock. This piece is 5 by 3 3/4, and I'm just going to layer that right on top. And I got glue on my hands, so just needs a little thin line around the outside. I did emboss this with one of the embossing folder that's called Tasteful Textiles. It just gives it like a little rough, it's not real detailed. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Not sure how the light's shining on it. It just has a little bit of a detail on it. Where's my other little piece? Sorry. Okay, this piece is the background piece. This is a piece of Whisper White that I cut with the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and it is about, I'm going to measure it for you because I have no clue. It's about 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So we're just going to attach that to the front. Just like that. And now I'm going to show you how to make the flower. And what I used is a small circle. This is about 1 3/8, 1 1/4 inch circle. It's just a small, it's just something to put these pieces on so you have a little background. So when I did this one, I put 4 on it like this. I'll show you real quick. Just like that. And then the other ones I put on with dimensionals, filling in the other spots, and you'll see how I did that just a second. I'm going to put these down first. You only want to put glue on the one side because you don't want it, it's only part way on the circle. It's the widest part of the diamond is, so we're just going to put a little bit there on each piece. And you're just going to do that for each piece. I'll move that. I'll do these two first. Whoop. It's going to drive me crazy. Okay, got one more to put on. And then the other ones we're going to put on with dimensionals so that they kind of pop up a little bit. Because, you know, flower petals aren't flat. They're have lots of dimension to them. So I'm just going to take one of these, put it right in the middle. So we're going to do all four of them at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Got one more. Okay. And then we're just going to put these on the opposite sides, just like that. It's in the middle. It doesn't matter if it's all exactly correct because we're going to put a little circle dot in the middle to cover up where they meet. So, and I've got one more. Yep. Gotta take my things down there. There we go. Okay. And then this little circle is a 1/2-inch circle that I punched out. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue on there, and we're just going to put it right in the middle. And there we have a flower. Okay, so you might want to wonder, well, where'd you get the flower pot from? The flower pot is from these right here. So I'm going to actually cut off a little strip, a 3/4 inch strip right there. Get up my paper cutter. I'll move that out of the way. So I'm just going to put the scalloped edge on a 3/4 inch line and make sure I try to keep it straight there. Get up there. There we go. Move my scoring blade out of the way. I'm just going to cut it off. And it looks like little flower pots to me. Oop. So I actually used 2 of them. So I'm just going to cut 2 of these off. And I actually layered them together to make the flower pot just a little bit bigger, because one kind of seemed too small. So I just put them on like that, and you can see the design actually matches like that. So we're just going to put just a little bit of glue right on the edge right here. And put this on top. Move it over to the lines match up, and there we have our little pot. Okay, so we're actually going to, I did use dimensionals to put this on. I'm going to put that on, and you might be wondering, well, where'd you get the stem from? Well, we're going to use a piece of the scraps. I'll show you that too. So I'm just going to kind of put him down at the bottom, and the leaves came from some of the leaves that were punched out that are part of the kit. But I needed something for the stem, so what I did is all these pieces that you had where you could cut stuff out of, I actually, and this is the one I did it on, I actually cut off the end right there. You can see, because I'm going to do it on this one. So don't throw these away. You think, I'm done with those, I punched everything out. Well, don't throw them away, because you might be able to use a piece. I just took my scissors and I just right up the side to make a little stem. There you go. Obviously that's a little bit too long, but I can cut that off. And I just kind of put it behind there a little bit. And I kind of figured out about where my flower was going to go, and I just cut it off. Not a lot of scientific stuff here. This is called flying by the seat of your pants kind of stuff. So I just put a little bit of glue on the back, tucked it underneath my flower pot, tried to keep it kind of in the middle, and put that down. Then I took my flower. You can see the little circle on the back. I'm going to put a dimensional right in the middle. I'm going to attach the flower. Putting on the flower first before I put the leaves on, so I know where to put the leaves. So, and put the flower on. There we go. And you could put these on with dimensionals too. I just glued them on. So there's one leaf. Every flower should have two, right? So we're going to put one on the other side. Remember, these leaves came right out of the kit, so all these pieces, well, except for the card pieces, but, and there you go. And then I took one of these banners that came with the kit, and I stamped one of the stamp set says give. It's going to do that. You could also make it just a thank you card too, and need to stamp for this to put this on. So let me just line it up here, stamp on top, give it a little ink. Let's do it right side up, that always helps. We'll give thanks. I think I might just, I put that one off to the side. I think I might just put this one right in the middle. And I just glued this down. I just put just a little bit of glue right in the middle. And just laid it right on, I'm just going to lay it right on top. You could put anything you want on here. You could, you know, you don't have to use the stamps from the set, but there you go. And there's your card. See how easy that was? And fun, and we got to use up lots of scrap pieces too. Now you could do the flower with the other side too, so you could just change your background cardstock. That would be the other side. I also made a bunch of smaller cards. I'm going to save this one for last because that one's fun. With some I did to make these. I made that out of the way. This is Whisper White thick cardstock. It is 6 inches by 3 inches, and it's scored at 3 inches right in the middle. So this is a 3 by 3 card. This is great if you want to give somebody an entire bag of candy corn or something like that, and you need a little card to go with it. Here you go. And I also cut some pieces. This is pumpkin pie. These are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and this is the same thing. This is Cajun Craze cardstock, which matches the other side. See, that matches that. This matches the other. And these are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I have some Whisper White squares that I put on top, and these are 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And the reason I did this with the mat and that instead of just putting it directly on the card was because of these. So this is 2 of the things that are left over, one of the things that's left over that we cut off, and you might not be able to see it, but there's fold lines on them. There's 6. If I cut them in half, just like this, and you cut right on the fold line, these will fit exactly on to your card. I'm going to flip this one over because we're actually going to do that side. It fits exactly on there. So now we're just going to put these together. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. It's going on the top of this 3x3 card. I'm going to put the white piece on. This is from the kit to make our cards. And next I'm going to do this one on this side, since I have the, and you can mix them up, you don't have to do them exactly the same. This one here are not pieces from the kit, but these are some of the stamps that you can do. There's a pumpkin stamps that I stamped those two with. So, in case you're wondering. All right, so now we're going to take some of these, except for I am going to stamp some faces on these. I didn't stamp faces on my other ones, and I thought, it needs a face. Pumpkins need a face. So I have another, this is the face for the bigger pumpkin, so they give you 2 sizes, because they give you 2 sizes of pumpkins. So I'm just going to put that on there. I am, and we'll stamp in the Cajun Craze. Just going to open that up. Put a little on there. And let's get the face on there. There, isn't that cute? So you can stamp your own pumpkin, or they give you ones that are already cut out, which I'm going to use for that. And before I put the rest of mine on, I'm going to stamp the sentiment on there. This says, "Have a happy Halloween." And let's put that on here. And I'm actually going to use black ink for this one. Just because I'm going to put a, you'll see, I have an idea here. It's going to look a little different from the ones I did, so put the lid back on, because I'm famous for sticking my hand in there. So we're going to put these here. I'm going to put them on dimensionals. And one of the other things that come with this kit, just like this, is a hat. And we're going to put a hat on these. As soon as I find the hat, there we are. Put them right on the pumpkin. Isn't that cute? Very cute. And, okay, so we are going to put this on dimensionals, but because there's some already here, because otherwise it would be too lumpy. So you're just going to put one at the top and just a little bit of glue down here where it's going to rest on top of the pumpkin. So there we go. And then let's decorate a little bit. We have all these flowers, so let's put some flowers on her hat. Here's one. Let's see, we got an orange one. Maybe a little leaf. Let's see. Needs a little green on there. See if I can tuck it behind here a little bit. There we go. And there's one card. Move those out of the way. Okay. And let's do one more because I have another piece of this to use up. So remember, this is a 6x3 piece of Whisper White thick paper. And I'm going to do this one in the Cajun Craze color. So I'm going to put one of those on top. Kind of scribble on it there. And another piece of my Whisper White. And this time we're going to put this piece down at the bottom. And this, because it's kind of scalloped on the top, it kind of looks like a little fence to me. So we're going to put one of these little black cats like he's walking along the fence here. But first I'm going to stamp my Have a Happy Halloween in the corner before I put them on so I don't cover it up. There we go. Close that up. I'm going to put him on with the dimensional. So just because a kit comes with all these poppers doesn't mean you have to make them all. I don't have young children in school, and some of the kids aren't in school anyway, but so sometimes I'd like to give just little cards are just kind of fun to give to people. And let's put a couple pumpkins down for this guy too. We're going to stamp a couple faces on there. Get out my little ink spot again. Stamp a face on that one. And one of the other things that come are these, they're little curly cues, look like that. You got 4 colors. They came in black, that's cinnamon cider, yellow, and green. And these are kind of like these little swirly things on the pumpkin. So I think I'm going to put maybe one of these behind it, just to kind of give it a little something else. Besides, I got all these pieces. I got to use them up on something. Might as well use them on here, right? So I'm actually just going to put that on there first, and then put my pumpkins on. Some dimensionals on the back, because that makes it go faster too. Let's see, is that the big one? One of these is a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit bigger. And take the back off of that one. Put him down there. And you can also add some more leaves if you'd like. Let's put a few yellow leaves on this one. So you also got have 4 colors of leaves. You have the same 4 as the squiggly things. So it's stuck on my hand there. I'm just going to kind of slide this. Well, I would slide it back behind there if I could get it there. There we go. And maybe a little flowers as I find one. A little flower back there too. So like I said, you have lots of pieces, so you can make lots of different designs. And whoop, came off on my hand. There we go. So there are 2 more cards, 2 little ones. And now I'm going to show you one more because I thought it was kind of fun. If you look at these, they look like flower pots. Well, just like 3 of the other ones, 3 of these will fit on a card too. So we're going to do let's do this. We're going to do this color this time again. So I have one more of these. We're going to put this on just like the other one, except for I have something even more fun to show you what to do. We're going to make some flowers, but with these little diamond things. So this one, if I remember right, is just a tad too big. So so it just hangs over just a teeny bit. But let's put some glue on there. I like to use all my scraps when I'm doing stuff, in case you haven't figured that out yet. I don't want to have any of these pieces go to waste. So we're just going to put those right on there. Looks like 3 little flower pots. And what I'm going to do with these is I have a small flower punch. This came with the Happiness Blooms. There was a trio of, and I'm just going to take these, and you can hold them on the ends, and I'm going to punch little flowers out at the middle. There you go. Just another way to use up the pieces that you have, but do something fun with them. So I'm actually going to do about 5 of these. And that's 4, that's 5. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to randomly put them on here. And you're probably going to wonder, well, flowers need stems. They can't just hang in the middle of the air. So I'm just going to, doesn't take much glue. Of course, your glue actually has to come out. Put it down the wrong side there. See, if I flip these over, I can put glue on them all at the same time. Move these out of the way. It's a little faster. And one there. One there. And let's put one up here. And then all I did was, is that fun? This is a journaling pen, but you could use any, not a regular ink pen, but any kind of like rolling kind of pen. And all I did was just draw some stems. So I drew some stems. I thought, oh, nope, need a couple leaves. So I drew some, put some leaves on. It's kind of like doodling, but, you know, in a more fun way. Because, you know, who didn't draw on their notebooks when they were in school? Stuff like that. So then I took, this is a Stampin' Blends marker. And I'm using the fine point end, and all I did is I'm just coloring in the leaves. Just like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit, oops, wrong one. Where to put my journaling pen? Did I throw it back in there? There it is. I'm just going to give these a little flower center. You need something in the middle, or like a flower, since they are plaid. There you go. And this give thanks, and we're going to make it just a thank you card instead of give thanks. So these are sticky notes. What do you call them? Post-it notes. I'm just going to cover up the give with my post-it note. Then I'm going to stamp up where it says thanks. It's okay if you get it on the piece of paper. Then you're going to remove that because you want to get it out of the way. And then I'm just going to stamp thanks right at the top. Just like that. Whoops, I got a little bit of give on it. Forgot to clean my stamp off. That wasn't smart. So, all right. So, where's the other one I had? So this is the one, I did the same thing the other day. This little piece here, I'm going to show you where I got that piece from. This is also comes from the scraps. They're some of the pieces that look like, pull one out, look like this, they came in here. You just punched them out. Well, this is what was left. So what I did is I just cut it off there, cut it off there, and then I put it on top of my pot. It's a little bit too short, so then I just took another little piece and cut it off, and then just I just pieced them together and added it on the end, so you can't tell that it's not there. So like I said, use all your scraps. So we're just going to put that right on there. And then this one is real tiny. So we're just going to cut that off. Oops, still need a little bit more. Didn't cut it quite enough. There we go. And put a teeny bit of glue on there. There we go. And then I made a little bow out of the white string and just attached it onto the front. So you can see how easy that was, and it's just a little bit different. That one I actually opened up that way. So these are cards that you can make. Take that off. Move all this other stuff out of the way. Shove my things out of the way. So these are some of the cards that you can make using the other pieces. And this, so you can make at least 3 cards using the pieces plus bigger card. One of the pieces that make the, what's the other? The big treat holders. Whoop, there's a treat holder. And there's the other one. There you go. And I still have, because I used 2 for this one and 2 for that, that's 4 treat holders. I still have 16 more treat holders to make. So as you can tell, it came with lots of pieces. If you're interested in subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, you can subscribe just for 1 month to try it out. You can subscribe for 3 months, 6 months, or you can even subscribe for the entire year. A 1 month subscription costs, I believe, $22. You can also sign up so that they automatically bill you every month. You can stop it at any time. You can put it on pause at any time. But it's a fun thing to do. It's a great family thing if you have children that need some craft projects to do, just something fun. They want to make some cards for their friends or their parents, grandparents, cousins, or like this one that had treat holders in it. You could make treat holders for your whole family. It's just a great crafting thing, a great family thing to do. So if you are interested, just log on to my www.jumpingintostamping.com. There's a link there that'll take you to my Stampin' Up! Store where you can place an order. You can also message me on this Facebook post and let me know you're interested. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. And you should give it a try. Paper pumpkin is great. The next paper pumpkin is comes out the end of October. You have to sign up by October 10th to get this kit. This kit is called Joy to the World, and it has, I believe it has cards in it. So you'll be making Christmas cards. So you kind of get the theme of maybe what might be inside, but they are holiday cards. So if you're interested, just let me know. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you try making some of the alternative projects, or just make treat holders and give them to all your friends. Have a great night.